In this video, let's take a deep dive into the villain of The Incredibles 2, Evelyn Deavor. She's a fascinating antagonist because she isn't the strongest, the scariest, or even the most physically destructive person the Parr family has faced. Instead, what makes her so compelling is her mindset. She is the type of person who is absolutely convinced that she is doing the right thing for the world. To understand her, we have to look at her backstory. She grew up during a messy era when superheroes were becoming a huge source of controversy. Her father was a brilliant businessman and an inventor who didn't just support heroes, he was their biggest fan. He believed in them so much that he even installed a private hotline in his home specifically to call them in an emergency. He put all his faith in the idea that supers were the only ones who could truly protect us. The turning point came when heroes were legally banned and forced into hiding. The tragedy is that Evelyn's father didn't really accept that reality. When burglars broke into their home, he was faced with a choice. He could hide and call the police, or he could trust his super friends to save him. He chose the heroes. He reached for that hotline and waited for help that never arrived. Because of that decision, the burglars killed him. That specific moment completely defined Evelyn's character and her outlook on life. She has a brother named Winston, and while they both lived through the same trauma, they see the world in totally different ways. Winston sees superheroes as heroes who just happened to fail that one night. He wants to bring them back to their former glory because he's more optimistic and accepting. Evelyn, however, walked away with a much darker perspective. To her, superheroes aren't protectors. They are a dangerous illusion and a false sense of security that ended up getting her father killed.
Our sweet parents were fools to put their lives in anybody else's hands. Superheroes keep us weak.
She believes that relying on supers makes people weak and irresponsible. In her eyes, if you're always waiting for a hero to swoop in and save you, you lose the ability to save yourself. At the heart of her motivation is one big idea: when everyone starts relying on someone else to fix their problems, no one actually learns how to solve things for themselves. In her eyes, superheroes are nothing more than a massive distraction from personal responsibility. She sees them as a crutch that society leans on instead of growing up, or a fantasy that gets in the way of real-world solutions. It's important to note that she doesn't necessarily hate the heroes because they exist. She hates what people have become because of them. This is exactly why she chooses screens as her weapon and creates the persona of screenslaver. She uses technology to literally control people, stripping them of their free will and turning them into passive followers. There is an intentional irony here. She hates dependence, yet she creates it. In her mind, she isn't becoming a villain. She believes she is exposing a hard truth that the rest of the world is too blind to see. Because of this, Evelyn absolutely despises Elastigirl. To her, Helen Parr represents everything wrong with society. She is a superhero being celebrated by the public again, someone people look up to instead of helping themselves. To Evelyn, Elastigirl is just a walking symbol of heroic nostalgia that keeps people stuck in the past.
Because you have some strange abilities and a shiny costume, the rest of us are supposed to put our lives into your gloved hands. That's what my father believed.
Her master plan is to humiliate the heroes on a global stage. She wants the world to watch them fail with their own eyes so that the public will finally give up on them. However, she doesn't actually expose any hidden truth about them. Instead, she uses mind control to force them to behave like villains. She makes them act violent and say things they would never actually say, all just to permanently stain their reputation and turn the world against them forever. Ultimately, Evelyn is a character defined by a massive irony. She claims to hate superheroes because they make people passive and brainless, yet she literally brainwashes people and takes away their ability to choose. She treats people like tools instead of individuals. In her attempt to prove that heroes are harmful, she becomes exactly what she claims to oppose: someone who controls others rather than empowering them. Her father died because he trusted heroes too much, but Evelyn ends up failing because she never learned how to trust people at all.
The fact that you saved me doesn't make you right.
But it does make you alive.
And I'm grateful for that.
I'm sorry, but she'll go to prison.